Good morning, fellow citizens. As I begin, I thank President Clinton for his service to the nation, and I thank Vice President Gore for his contest conducted with spiritual and ending with grace. I am honored and humbled to stand here where so many American leaders have came before me, and so many will follow. We have a place, all of us, in a long story, a story we can continue, but woes end we will not see. It is the story of a new world that becomes a friend and liberatory of the old, a story of slave-holding society that becomes a solvent of freedom, the story of power that want into the world to protect but not process, to defend but not conquer. It is the American story. American story, a story of flawed and fullable people, united across the generations by granted and enduring ideas. The grandest of these ideas is an unfolding American promise that everyone belongs, that everyone deserves a chance, that no insignificant person was ever born. Americans are called to enact this promise in our lives and in our laws, and through our nation has sometimes halted and sometimes delayed. We must follow no other course. Though much of us last century, Americans' faith is freedom and democracy was a rock in the raging sea. Now it is a sea upon the wind, taking roots in many nations. Our democratic faith is more than creed of our country. It is the inborn hope of our humanity. As ideas we carry but do not own. A trust taking roots in many nations. We bear a passing and even another near 225 years. We have a long way yet to travel. While many of our citizens propose, others doubt the promises, even the justice of our nation. The abandonment of some Americans are limited by falling. Schools and hidden prejudice and criminalization of their birth. And sometimes our differences run so deep, it seems we there in continents but not a country. We do not accept this, and we will not allow it. It's our unity, our union in the serious work of leaders and citizens in every generation. And this is my solemn pledge. I will to build a single nation of justice and opportunity. I know this is in our reach because we are guided by a power larger than ourselves, who created us equally in image. And we are conducted in principle that unites and leads us onward. American has been united by blood and birth of soil. We are bound by the idea that more as beyond our background lifts us above our interests and teaches us what we mean to be citizens. Every child must be taught these principles. Every citizen must uphold them, and every immigrant, by embracing these ideas, makes our country more but not less Americans. Today we affirm a new commitment to lives on our nation, promises through civility, courage, compass, and character. Americans at its best matches a commitment to participate with a certain of civility. A civil society demands from each of us goodwill and respect, fair deals, and forgiveness. But the stakes for Americans are never small. If our country does not lead the cause of freedom, it will not be led if we do not turn the hearts of children towards knowledge and character. We will lose their grip and undermine their democracies. If we promise our economic to drift and decline, the verbal we suffer most. We must live to the calling we share. Civility is not tacit or sealment. It is a determined choice of trust over, I can't pronounce that word, excuse me, of community. Our choices and commitment, if we keep it a way to share accomplishment. America at its best is also courage. Our nation's courage has been cleared in time of depression and war. We defeated command danger, define our command goods. Now we must choose. If the example of our fathers and mothers will inspire us to command us, we must show courage in this time of blessing by comforting problems instead of passing them on to future generations. Together we will reclaim America's schools before ignorance and apathy claim more young lives. Together we will. Together we will. Social Security and Medicaid spare our children from struggling. We have the power to proceed, and we will reduce taxes to recover the mountains of our economics and rewards that affects enterprise of working Americans. We will build our defense upon challenges, leave weakness, invite challenges. We will confront weapons of mass destruction so that we concentrate and spread new honor. The enemy of liberty in our country should make no mistake. America remains engage in the world of history and by choice shape a balance of power that favors freedom. We will define our allies and our interests. We will show purpose without arrogance. We will meet aggressions and lead faith with resolving and strength. And to all nations, we will speak for the value that gives our nation birth. And Americans at the best is compassionated in the quiet of American concerns. We know that deep poverty is sworn unworthy of our nation. Promise. And we, and whatever our view of it cause, we can agree that children at risk are not at fault. Abandonment and abuse are not of God. They will failure of love. And the fragmentation of prisons, however necessary, is no substance for hope and order in our souls. And where there is suffering, there is duty. Americans in need are not strangers. They are citizens, not problems, but priorities. And all of us are diminished when, say, are hopeless. Governments have a great responsibility for public safety and health, for civilian rights and common schools. Yet compassion is the work of a nation, not just a government. And some needs and hurts are so deep they will only respond to a mandatory touch or a pastor prayer, church and charity engaging, and current leaders of our communities. Their humanity, and they will have an honored place in our plans and in our laws. Many in our country do not know the pain, poverty, but we can listen to those who do. And I can pledge our nation to our goal. When we see that wounded travelers on the road to we will not pass to the other side. Americans at its best, it's a place where personnel responsibility involves and expected. Encouraging responsibility is not a search for scapegoats. It is a call to conference, and through its requirements, it brings a deeper fulfillment. We will find fulfillment of life not only in possession options, but in commandments. And we will find that children and communities are commitment that sets us free. Our public interest depends on characters, on civil duties and family bonds, and basic fairness and uncounted, unhonored acts of decency, which gives directions to our freedom. Sometimes in life we are children to do great, but as a saint of our time has said, every day we will call to do something, to do small things with great love. The most important tasks of democracy are done by everyone. I will live and lead by principle to advance my convictions with civility, to praise the public interest with courage, to speak for greater justice and compassion, to call responsibility and try to live it as well. In all these ways, I will bring the value of the history to care of our time. When you do it as an important as anything government does, I ask to seek a common good beyond your comfort, to defend needs, reform against easy attacks, to survive your nation, beginning with your neighbors. Ask you to be a citizen, not spectators, citizens, not subject, responsible citizens. Build communities of service and nation of character. Americans are generous and strong and deceit, not because we believe in ourselves, but because we hold belief beyond our services. When this spirit of citizenship is missing, no government program can replace it. When this spirit is presented, no wrong can stand against it. After Declaration of Independence was signed, Virginia statesman John Page wrote to Thomas Jefferson, "We know the race is not to be swift, nor the battle too strong. Do not think an angel rise in the whirling wind and direct the storm." Much time has passed since Jefferson arrived for his inauguration. The years and changes accommodate, but the theme of this day, he knew our nation's great story of courage and its simple dream of this guilty. We are not this story author who filled time and concern with his purpose. Yet his purpose is achieved in our duties, and our duty is fulfilled in service to one another. Never tiring, never yelling, never fleshing, we renew the purpose today to make our country more just and generous, to affirm the dignity of our lives and every life. This work continues. This story goes on. And an angel still rides in the whirling wind and directs this storm. God bless you all, and God bless America. George W. Bush. I thank you for allowing me to do this presentation, and in regards of George W. Bush, and I'd like to thank God, first of all, that I'm alive to be able to do the things that he wants me to do, and allow me to bring this presentation to you and the class, and I appreciate it. I hope that it came out to be what you want. So while you listen to this presentation, enjoy yourself, and may God bless all of you and we continue on to be free. Thank you. Bye-bye.